The hills around the Nigerian border with Cameroon are a renowned Boko Haram stronghold. Nearby, the Christian village of GAKARA has become synonymous with the reign of terror in the region. These villagers, wrapped in silence, are still trembling in horror after Nigerian Islamist militias attacked them. Their target, these women, defenseless mothers like Sarah, torn from their homes and horrifically mutilated. Boko Haram cut off their left ears.
The terrorists arrived in the dead of night. They broke into our houses and rallied us together. They beat an old man to death and beheaded a 10-year-old child. They said to us, "We asked you a while ago to join our cause, but you decided to stay with these Christians. Since you won't listen to us, your ears are of no use to you. So we're going to brand you for life." And they cut off our ears.
ABBA is the head of the community. He's decided to rally together a local defence force, villagers equipped with what they have to hand, including makeshift bows and arrows. These weapons would be of little use against Boko Haram. However, these men are determined to stand up against the violence.
We think Boko Haram are not human beings because they have no pity for men, for other human beings. They slit people's throats, they kill, they slice off women's ears. Before, they did not used to touch the women, but now they have started to remove their ears.
Since the attack, Sarah and other mutilated women have been treated in this military hospital. Their deep wounds are roughly bandaged. Reconstructive surgery or skin grafts are not an option here.
These were flesh wounds, apparently carved out by a sharp object, probably a knife, sliced straight off. I'd never met anyone with their ears cut off by another human being. It sort of left me feeling disorientated.
For the past 10 years, Boko Haram has also been trying to establish itself in this remote northern part of Cameroon. Unsuccessfully though, thanks to Colonel NDIKUM and his men. They form a special unit of the Cameroonian Army's Rapid Intervention Battalion. Their mission is to prevent this region from falling into the hands of the jihadists. Colonel NDIKUM drives us to the border with Nigeria on this strategic road for the terrorist organisation. Here, racketeering and the taking of hostages are commonplace.
In times of peace, especially in the dry season, this is a very busy road used by traders, especially those coming from Maiduguri, but sometimes from much further, even from Lagos.
We reach the border crossing between Cameroon and Nigeria, now reopened to traffic. Despite the recent string of attacks, Boko Haram are losing ground to the Cameroonian army. These walls are evidence of the fierce combat.
Since October 2014, no one could even enter this area because it was Boko Haram territory. There were no armed forces in Nigeria, so nothing here could be protected. No commercial activity of any kind was possible. It was like a desolate battlefield, occasionally used by Boko Haram to take shelter whilst fighting the armed forces. We've had to undertake complex military operations day and night in order to dislodge Boko Haram from all these areas.
Crossing into the Nigerian side of the border, Colonel NDIKUM meets with this customs officer to go over a routine security status check.
Anytime there is a patrol to Maiduguri and they are back, the next day you see cars coming to Cameroon with their bags.
Okay. So they need to be secured from here to Maiduguri.
Yes.
Our hope is that everything should be normal. You know the important commercial exchanges that used to be here. If you knew Banki and AMCHIDE in those days.
Before the war.
Yeah.
The military strategy is to strengthen business in the area to combat the Boko Haram insurgency. They want this location to once again become the business hub it was before the jihadists arrived. With this in mind, soldiers closely monitor the area 24 hours a day.
These are boxes of milk cartons.
The strategy seems to be paying off. Cameroonian trader ABAMADOU can finally get back to business, which is picking up.
There is security now in AMCHIDE. Unlike before, now we have security. The beer watches over this district between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. There are many customers, but no roads.
Roads are still a major concern for locals, while security is still precarious in these border regions. Over the last 10 years, over 27,000 people have died and 2 million have fled. But those who remain are hopeful that the military success will banish the jihadists for good, so that they can heal their wounds.